everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to... We've got a good one on tap today. Ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Dalton's... As we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Okay, even just being nice, the last two plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And look at this starting field position. That'll be touchdown inside the 30-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dansby. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
But once again, a good example of situational football. That was 3rd and very long, so you know they were guarding against the pass. And when they decided to run the ball, that was okay. Whatever yardage they picked up, as long as they didn't get to the 1st down marker, the defense was willing to concede, and they stopped them well short of a 1st down.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings lead. And his kick is good. So we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And, Charles, the story with A.J. Green, he's going to get his targets. I think the question for them is who's going to replace Jones and Sanu?
Boy, isn't that the truth? They've got to have someone step up into the breach, and I'm nominating Tyler Boyd out of Pitt. You remember how much I loved him in the draft process. If he ran in the 4.4s at the Combine, he would have been a first-round selection. He can do it all.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Dalton, 1st and 10. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a big run for AP. 40 yards on the ground. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Bridgewater a give. This is Peterson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for the Bengals, Adam Jones.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of
now the ball comes loose. And Green with a catch left side. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now the Vikings Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that's going to bring up a third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And then he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sharif Floyd breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And Eifert has it. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They'll get 19 yards there. And the Bengals are going to have a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Complete to Wright. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it a second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. To return, here comes Marcus Shields. A little 360. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. Peterson. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now we take a glance at the offense. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They send Green to the left on his own. They go back to the air here after the INT. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2 there. And it's third down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game. Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete. Brandon Tate was the intended receiver. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback. And
now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the